felt I'd learnt a lot in a really short pace of time. 3 years, 4 different managers, 4 different coaching staffs. I was part of all 4 of them as well. So, you know, I felt that I'd been interim manager 4 times as well during that period. So to have the, you know, to go through it again, at that point I'd learnt a lot. I'd been in different situations, a lot of different experiences, and I felt at that time that it was the right opportunity for me to go and apply for the job properly. Probably because, you know, I couldn't keep probably doing what I'd been doing. Every new manager that came in was inheriting me and everything that came with that. I was also part of teams that were successful in periods, but also ultimately managers ended up losing their job, and I'm a massive part of that when I was part of the coaching team. So I was very conscious of that as well. And as I say, I felt like it was the right time for me to apply for the job properly. I really understood that it was kind of now or never for me, and if it didn't quite go the way I thought it was going to go and I didn't get the job, then I'd maybe have to leave the football club, and I was very much aware of that. So it's probably a big part of my pitch and why I believed I could take the club forward. You say the difficult start, when you think back to how I thought pre-season went and how I thought the group stages, apart from obviously Celtic game aside, but on another day we could have won that game 5 or 6-0. I think the way the game went, I was happy with how pre-season went. I was happy with the message I got and the information I got to the players. The results certainly weren't there for the first 10 league games of the season or whatever it would be, but the performances and the effort of the players was always there, and even the data that went behind it. I'm not a massive one for data in terms of wouldn't change just because the data was going well. Of course not. I think you need to be adaptable, and I think going through that period, what kept me going was I was able to demonstrate to the players why I believed it would change. It was really tough, but I've mentioned a lot about the strength of the group and the characters in the football club, and that was something that we needed to get through that difficult period. Especially the sort of manner of the goal scoring in the last minute, and I think the quote I used after the game to the players and in the press was, it was so much more than just a point to the players, because we've been on the receiving end of that a few times. I think back to Dundee United and teams like that where you lose late goals and maybe you only get a point, but you've been winning in the game, and there was a stat around how many points we'd lost for winning positions. And I think that, you know, that feeling of, yes, you've got a point but you lose a late goal, feels like a defeat almost, but this felt like so much more than just a point to the players. And then the flip side to that was then, can we then go and back that up? You have to use that momentum and that feel good, remember that feeling of what it felt like to have a real positive impact in the game, and we took that into the next game, and for that moment we've never really looked back. What we started doing was just looking at, I know it's one game by a time, but can you just catch that team in front of us? So every week there was a period where we were maybe 3 points behind someone, knowing that if we won the game we'd go level with them. That was a huge motivation for the players and incentive for the players. And then maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the line, you maybe could, well, how tight it was, you could overtake 2 teams with 1 result. Right to that, we went on an incredible run, but still never pulled too far away from anybody either. But we just kept constantly climbing the league, catching the team in front of us, and it was something that I never came away from since then, until we found ourselves sitting in 3rd position.
It's 3 for Hibs. To the box, plays it to Eliuan, and he scored! Back post, Nicky Cannon's there and he scored! And Hibs lead here at Batodri. An interception there from Nectar Triantis, who slips the ball into Martin Boyle in the box. Martin Boyle goes for goal and he scored! And it's 3-1 to Hibs! A fantastic finish by Martin Boyle. Nicky Cadden down this left-hand side. Nicky looking to put another quality delivery, and it's in! Dwight Gale scored!
Delivery on top of the goalkeeper. It's 1-0 to Hibernian. And that's the full-time whistle. It's in the net. Hibs have the lead. Nectar Triantis. It's at the back post. It's in the net. Hibs have a second. He can next side of Josh Campbell. The chance and scores. Post. It's a great delivery. Yeah! And Kieran Hibs have the lead 2-0. Martin Boyle put through by Josh Campbell.
I actually spoke to the players straight after, straight after the St Mirren game. It wasn't the result we wanted on that night, having been 2-0 up and the emotions of the game, but when we secured that third place finish, I was very quick to remind the players from the size of the achievement, but also because of where we'd been and where the season had started and how the adversity at the start. And then when you think back to just before Christmas, we were still bottom of the league, or at least around about, and so to then be able to turn it around and finish third shows an incredible run of form. It shows that anything is possible and anything is achievable, but the players deserve all the credit for that run of form, that togetherness that they showed throughout the whole piece, and it does give that sort of magnitude of achievement. We've had so many special moments this season. Can't think of how many times we've had sunshine or leaf this season at the stadium, but they're always special occasions. They always have to be earned, and we've certainly, as a group of players, have certainly earned that.